there, Libby. Hope you're having a great day today. As your video lessons, here are two things I want to talk about. I'll talk about those two things. And if you have questions or want me to look at anything, feel free to shoot a message on over and I'll do my best to answer. So I got your text message. It sounds like Devotchko is coming along very nicely. You're getting your cage chords down, both major and minor. That's good. What I'm going to give you today, since that's coming along nicely for you, and there's no questions that I've seen so far, is things you can do with bar chords and bar chord stamina and articulation with the bar chords. In this case right here, we're going to be talking about left hand staccato, making the chord short. So staccato means just making the chords very, very short, like you play the note and then you're out. It sounds like this. And you find it all over rock music, you find it in reggae and ska and that kind of stuff, or like punk music, you find it. Right, if you play the rancid stuff, you get that same effect. So it's not as easy as it looks. It's synchronization and timing with both the left and the right hand, and clarity and balance in the left hand too. And for the right hand as well. But talking about the left hand, I'm going to get here to a B minor chord in E minor form. Right, remember that's the E minor shape right there. We're moving it here to the B minor, right? All on the same page. So what we're going to do is I'm going to place my chord on here, but I'm not going to push down. I'm just going to let you just touch the strings, and I'm touching them with even pressure. So I'm not getting like a fuzzy in one spot or another. It's going to sound like this. An even pressure across the strings, so I get a nice, even muted strum. Right. So I'm going to do that for a while. Touch the strings. I'm not applying pressure. I'm just literally touching the strings. I'm not pushing at all. This is the same exercise I would give someone in single line music if I was teaching how to play shred, all that fassa. Right, the lighter you touch the strings, the easier it is to move fast. Right? So, which is why we want to practice with the bar chords. So, touching the strings lightly, and what we're going to try to do, right? And this is the trick: is that when the pick comes down, you're touching the strings, you're not pushing down. As soon as the pick strikes, you apply pressure, and then you're immediately out. Immediately off. So you can't do this press and then off. It doesn't work that way. Down, down. And now you have the staccato effect. I'm still touching the strings. I'm applying pressure. As soon as my pick strums through, I'm applying pressure to the chord. Right, so the more muscle control you have with the left hand, the easier time you're going to have with bar chords and moving to that next level, which would be like picking bar chords. So say after you get staccatos down and bar chords, you have good bar chord stamina. Can you play bar chords for 4 minutes? Then once you can do stuff like that, you start doing, what was that one? That one everyone wants to do. I always break hearts when they say, oh, I want to play Creep by Radiohead. And that one, I always get requests for that one, but I'm like, well, you have to have really good staccato, you have to have really good left hand control and good bar chords. So anyway, that would be kind of like a goal, would be to play a song that has picking bar chords. Anyway, so back to the staccatos. See how long you can keep that evenness of staccato happening for you. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to make that the same every single time for an extended period of time. So if I have this, and all of a sudden it's not balanced, right? The staccatos are too long or too short. You want the staccatos to be the same length every time. You can do the B minor chord down here. You can do the B minor chord up here. Right? And a good exercise would be, can you just switch positions without dropping the beat and doing all staccato chords? That'd be a great exercise to do. In staccato chords, you want to accent, in this situation that we're going to do for this song, is that we're going to accent beats 2 and 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I would do that for all the moving into point 2, is I would do all that, all the different kinds of cage chords with jamming. Can you play it in different positions? So say, for example, I'm down here in B minor, using A minor form, and I want to go here to the D. I'm pretty sure you have this one, D form. I haven't noticed you have all your 5 cage chords, so if you don't have this one, remind me next time I'll talk about it. 2, 3, no, sorry, 1, 2, 3, to a G. And then what we're going to talk about, and we'll do this maybe with like a police tune or something like that, which would be a great one to do, would be doing partial cage. Because when you're doing staccato strings like this in this genre, they're getting these higher strings to ring. So we don't want to overemphasize the bass. We don't want to bring that up. We want to bring that part out. So if I'm playing this B minor chord 1, I'm really only getting this top couple of strings, this top 3 or 4 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And eventually, and then that's where all the partial caged chords come in. So it might be a bit from beyond today, but eventually it'll kind of look something like this. But first things first is the big chords, and can you make the big chords staccato, and then we'll chop them up into smaller pieces. Right? And for funsies, what you can do, you can add another voicing to this. So in this situation, we can, instead of playing B minor, I believe what Bob Marley is doing in the recording, he's doing a chord called B minor 7. You can use the same exact chord shapes that you used before. We're just going to alter them a little bit. I tabbed this one out for you right here. So you have the B minor 7. In this case, like I said, B minor and B minor 7 are interchangeable. It's not always the case, but in this case it is. So, yeah. What a 7th does to a chord, it kind of mellows it out a little bit. It makes it less sharp, or like less brighter, less happy. It makes it more mellow. So I'm not saying makes it sadder or whatnot. It just kind of makes it more chill, like a Bob Marley song. Right? So what he's doing here, mellowing out versus this. To me, that's a happier sound than or. And all these chords that don't have a number after them are going to be called triads. And all these chords, you can add extra, what are called extensions to them. Once you get more into theory and you understand major scales and how you can make triads out of those, then we'll start knowing the theory of why they're called 7ths. So anyway, so here's the chord shape, and then I promise I'll talk about why they're called 7th chords and how you get them, basically. So we have this. 3, 4, 1, 2. Remember, aiming for those high strings, and then in the verse I'm going to repeat that into a G, into a G up here if you want, and you F sharp minor right there. So work on that for me. I was going to say, so we'll go through and practice that articulation with the pointer finger, get bar chords more solid, get stamina up, and then we'll get into more picking bar chords and picking riffs that come along with that. Awesome. Like I said, if you have any questions, fire them away at me. If not, have a great Memorial Day. I'll see you next time. Take care.